We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Friday, August 18th. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for tuning in. Just a reminder that Newsbreak comes to you each weekday at 7 a.m. You can watch it on djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. We're going to take a quick look at news, sports, and weather. Let's start with the weather forecast for today. Partly cloudy skies, high of 92 degrees, low of 68, just a 20% chance of rain. 3-day outlook: Saturday, sunny skies, high of 93, low of 72, just a 10% chance of rain. Sunday, partly cloudy, high of 93, low of 73, 20% chance of rain. And Monday, partly cloudy, high of 90, low of 74, just a 20% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from the Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Friday. Student achievement across the state is steadily improving, and the same goes for Northeast Mississippi. That's according to state test results released Thursday by the Mississippi Department of Education. The results are from the 2016-17 Mississippi Academic Assessment Program, which assesses student performance in English and math in grades 3 through 8, English 2, and algebra. Based on their scores, students fall into one of 5 categories, from level 1 or minimum up to level 5 or advanced. In the Tupelo Public School District, students scored above the state average in all subjects except for Algebra 1. Tupelo 3rd and 6th grade students performed especially well in math. Lee County School District students performed above the state average on all tests except for 7th and 8th grade English, 6th and 7th grade math, and Algebra 1. Elsewhere, the Union County School District had the highest percentage of students reach proficiency in 3rd grade and 5th grade English, and the Oxford School District had the highest statewide results for 6th grade English. Higher education officials are looking for bonds to finance long-term construction projects. On Thursday, the Board of Trustees of the State Institutions of Higher Learning voted to make a request for the 2018 legislative session of building projects totaling $264 million. IHL officials say they have an urgent need because during the 2017 session, no bond projects were awarded as negotiations broke down between the House and Senate leadership. In recent years, the bond package approved by the legislature has been around $200 million. While no bond projects were approved during the 2017 session, the 2016 legislature did authorize $33 million in bonds for the universities during the current fiscal year. It is likely that the $264 million request, if granted, will be approved over multiple years by the legislature. Those new requests include $51.5 million for the University of Mississippi's Oxford campus and $99.6 million for Mississippi State University's main campus. The state's highest court on Thursday ordered that a Lee County Justice Court judge be suspended, publicly reprimanded, and fined. In October 2016, the Mississippi Commission on Judicial Performance said District 2 Justice Court Judge John Hoyt Sheffield engaged in judicial misconduct. The commission called for Sheffield to be suspended and fined. On Thursday, the Mississippi Supreme Court agreed and issued its findings in an 18-page report. Sheffield will be suspended from office for 120 days without pay, publicly reprimanded, fined $3,000, and assessed court costs of nearly $3,000. The sanctions come from Sheffield ordering a man to serve 6 months in a work center on an old case that had been appealed and resolved for 17 years. And in sports, the high school football season began for a handful of teams Thursday night, but most everyone else will kick things off at 7 o'clock tonight. And while these are season openers and non-division games, there are several notable matchups. Perhaps the biggest in our area is Tupelo hosting Meridian. The Golden Wave went 11-2 last season, while Meridian went 10-4. Both are expected to have big seasons in Class 6A. In a matchup of 2 Class 4A teams, Shannon will host Corinth. The Red Raiders boast a dangerous offense, and their defense scored 3 touchdowns last week in a jamboree game against Columbus. Among other games tonight, we've got Pontotoc at Houston, Bruce at Aberdeen, and Ripley at Itawamba AHS. Look for our full coverage in the Daily Journal and at djournal.com. That's it for Newsbreak on this Friday. Before I go, I'd like to remind you to check out one of the podcasts we produce here at the Daily Journal, The Memo, all things Northeast Mississippi, news and entertainment, new episodes every Wednesday and Friday. Find it in iTunes or podcast apps or at memo.djournal.com. Be sure to look for today's episode. We visit with Jenna Parsons, talk about the food section, including her story on Twisted Burger returning to West Point. M. Scott Morris reviews the latest nut job movie, and Derek tells us what's going on with the local entertainment scene. For more on the stories to talk about today, pick up a copy of your daily journal or visit djournal.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at djournalnow. Give our Facebook page a like as well. That's it for Newsbreak on this Friday. I'm Brad Locke. Have a good weekend.